What's up, everybody? Today's episode, I'll be going over the most utilized EDC tool, or one of the most utilized EDC tool. But, anyways, you get the picture. I use this one every day, and this one here is the Leatherman Sidekick. This I had was gifted to me during Christmas about 10 years ago, could be longer, and it was gifted to me by my wife, and it was something that I really needed. And prior to this, I was carrying the what was that? The Leatherman style CS, which is basically like a mini version of the Skeletal. And that one had instead of the needle nose plier or plier, it was scissors on it. And believe it or not, that thing was one of my most used EDC item as well, aside from my folding knife. So I kind of wanted to go over these guys. I know there's a lot of videos out there covering this particular model and other multi-tools, but I just kind of wanted to go over this. Give you my experiences with it. I have it for about 10 somewhat years or so, and I've been happy with it. There are certain things that I had to do to get it to where I'm comfortable with it, but from the get-go, I've already used it when during that one Christmas. I've already used it to slice open boxes, packaging, and gift wrapping and all that. So off the bat, it was already in use. So you can see how important these multi tools are in EDC in your EDC arsenal. So I would highly recommend having a multi-tool. Other than the multi-tool, I used to carry these EDC screwdrivers, which is these guys here, you know. And I'll go over these in a future video, go into details with that. But I used to carry those a lot, and if you really think about it, if you really have to get just one piece of EDC tool, I would say it would have to be the multi-tool. You got knife in there, you got saws, you got tweezers, pliers, screwdrivers, Phillips, you name it, bottle opener, can opener. Yeah, so you name it, it's in this one piece tool, and you don't really have to carry a knife. You could just carry this. So this could be by far the most important EDC tool, in my opinion. But granted, it's a high quality tool. You know, I'm not a pro when it comes to multi tools, but Leatherman to me is a trusted brand, so I consider them one of the top notch. So I stick to Leatherman basically. Yes, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of brands, but Leatherman is the one that I stick with. So anyways, when I got this for Christmas, it came with this carabiner here, and this one actually came in handy for the bottle opener of it. Reason being is that it was faster to deploy this to open bottles rather than the bottle opener in here. As you can see, you have to open this up and then push it here, take this out, and use it like that. So this is the can opener, bottle opener, but you get what I'm saying. So for faster deployment, I normally would go to this guy, and this one here is for more leverage when it came to these tools. So just stick it in here and it'll fit perfectly. So you see that. So again, I'll go over these guys in a future video. So it came with this and came really in handy for my keys and things like that. It also came with a like a webbing type of sheet. For this one, unfortunately, I no longer have it because I put it to use and I had to dump it. But luckily, these multi-tools usually come with a pocket clip, so you don't really need the sheet. So as you already know, a lot of Leathermans come in all sorts of sizes, from tiny ones to bigger ones, all sorts of tools. And like I mentioned earlier, I started with the Leatherman Style CS, and that tool was great. It came really handy. The one thing I noticed about that tool though is that I tend to lose it a lot because it didn't have a pocket clip. It had like a carabiner feature on it at the end. If you're familiar with Skeletal, yeah, basically the same like that. It had a tendency to disappear. I would find it mainly in in my couch or in my bed or in my car. So I that happened to me, you know, often. And finally, it just, I don't know. I think I lost it either at work or at school, and I lost it forever. And I did like that multi-tool because the one thing I really loved about that tool, well, two, um, it had scissors on it, whereas this one there's no scissors in this one. Yeah, it had scissors on it, and it had this mini tweezer in the handle. And man, believe it or not, tweezer, that's a very useful tool to have in your arsenal as well. So because of that, um, years later, I replaced it with the Leatherman Micro. Reason being is because of the scissor feature in it. I needed something like a scissor for cutting things like that. So I replaced it with the Leatherman Micro, which is this guy here. Very tiny compared to the size of that, a tiny little multi-tool. But this is the part I love about it. Scissor. It has a knife, of course, on this side. Multi-tool. So, and I love this knife because, as tiny as it may be, it is freaking sharp. It's a really sharp knife. And even the scissor, I used it a lot. And this one comes with a tweezer. However, it's not a removable tweezer. It's this one here. And compared to the Leatherman Style CS, this is not even in no comparison. No competition. This one is just crap to me. I hardly use this one. So I carried this for a while until my wife gifted me this one for Christmas. Again, it's a Leatherman Sidekick. I've had it for 10 plus years, and as you can see, it's almost new. Hasn't failed me yet. The one thing I do hate about this one off the bat was this feature here. If you can see it, the saw here, the edges on this one, it was really sharp, and I often cut myself just from the edge because the edge is so straight. So you have to kind of be careful with this one. So what I did is I took a really fine file and I just filed the edges here and inside here, just so that it wouldn't cut me. That's the one thing I didn't like about this one, and it didn't have tweezers on it. So yeah, that makes two. So this one, as you can see, comes with a needle nose plier. It also comes with a wire cutter and a wire stripper here in the end. The wire cutter is alright. It's not the greatest, but it works. And comes with a multitude of tools as well. Yeah, so this one comes with a multitude of tools. It comes with this, I believe this one is called a serrated knife. I thought it was just strictly like a leather knife. I hardly use this knife right here. This one, of course, has like measurements and also a file and a flathead. And then you got your can opener, bottle opener, and a little key ring feature here that I have a hard time deploying every time because it's just stuck in there pretty much, but I don't even use it, so it doesn't bother me none. And on the other side comes with a bigger flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. I would say out of the tools on this one, the most used to me is these two. So the long nose plier, the plier feature, the wire cutter, and this Phillips screwdriver. This one will fit a multitude of sizes of screws, you know, from tiny ones to a little bit bigger ones. This tool is awesome. I've used it many times. Now, if you have kids of yourself, you already know how often you're gonna need screwdrivers and Phillips, you know, with kids' toys and things like that. So I use this a lot. So there's that, and then of course the clip. Then on the other side, you have the knife. Now you really gotta be careful with this knife. This knife is really sharp, you know, and the edge retention is pretty good actually. You know, I've had it for, like I said, had it for about over 10 years, and the edge retention is still pretty sharp, and it held, you know. And I love the point. I don't know what kind of point this is, but I love it. I wish I can find something like this, like in one of the reputable folding knives, you know, like Spyderco, or, you know, you get what I'm saying. But I mean, even Leatherman, if you could make one, it's like a bigger folding one. I love this knife. It's awesome, you know. And I believe this one it's a 420 HC knife. So that's the steel. That's the type of steel. The same thing with the serrated knife. It's a 420 HC steel. So it's a great knife, sharp, so be careful. And of course the saw. I don't think I used this one, or maybe I did once to cut a dowel, but that's about it. I rarely use a saw, but it's great to have. I mean, it's an amazing piece of tool, and I'm glad I have it. And I probably will never ever not have this in my arsenal, in my everyday carry with me. Yeah, for the type of job I do, the hobbies I do, the things I do, I always in need of a tool. Always, there's always something that I need tools for. And if you know the motto, you know, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That motto, to me, it's that saying is just it's struck a chord in me, you know. And I really hate it when I need something and then I don't have it, you know. And that's that feeling, it just bugs me, it kills me all the time when that happens. It's a great piece of tool, you know. And there's many out there, and I believe I might upgrade it, and the only reason why I would upgrade it is because of the color. You know, I don't like it flashy like this and shiny like this. I need something matte finish, you know, or black, or you know, olive green, maybe even flat dark earth, but I want like a matte black. So I did see one, and it's a little bit larger than this, and way pricier than this one. So I probably might upgrade it to that, but that's not to say that I'm never gonna need this one, because this is gonna be like my reserve, you know. So yeah, it's a great investment. I've never regretted having this. Well, of course, because I didn't pay for it, but I wish I could carry this in the plane. It would make me so much more comfortable when I'm in the plane with this, but I don't. This goes into my check-in luggage. Every time I travel, this goes with me everywhere, especially when I'm traveling, you know. It goes with me everywhere. So yeah, I mean, if you're not familiar with the Sidekick, and here it is. I mean, it's a great piece of tool. You know, comes with all the tools that you need, basically. you know. And like I pointed out all the negatives that I didn't like about it. So mainly there's no tweezer. Second, the color. Third is the edging on the saw. Other than that, I've been happy with this one. I probably oiled it maybe just once, you know, and every now and then I'll blow into here just to clean out all the dust and things of that sort. But other than that, very low to zero maintenance, really, you know, unless you soak it in water, then that's a different story. It's an awesome tool, you know. So throughout my life, this is my third Leatherman. This is my second, you know, carabiner. And I wish I still had my Style CS. They have a new version of it. It was meant to be a you know, airplane friendly, but because of the screwdriver in it, that became, and the screwdriver in it and the scissor, that became unfriendly to planes. I might get that one, but other than that, I'm kind of happy with this. With these two, I do carry this one with me almost every day if I have my bag with me. This goes in my bag just in case I need scissors. But other than that, it's this guy, you know. So when it's closed, the length is about 3.8 inches or 9.7 centimeters, and open it's about 6 inches, 15.2 centimeters. Blade length is about 2.6 inches or 6.6 centimeters. Weight is about 7 ounce, 198.4 grams, and the width is about 1.27 inches, so 3.27 centimeters. Overall thickness is 0.56 inches, so a little over half an inch, so 1.4 centimeters. And again, apparently it's made of 420 AC stainless steel. Oh, and the blade shape is called a drop point, so that's something that I like, drop point. I'll try to look into that one if we can find a blade in that type of point. I'm sure there is. If you're familiar with Leathermans, you know there's a lot of people out there also that customize their Leathermans. You know, they swap tools with other Leatherman multi-tools and things of that nature, you know. So I haven't gone into something like that, maybe in the future, but I tend to just leave these guys alone. They're perfect in their own right already, so I don't normally mess with them. So yeah, that's the Leatherman Sidekick, and I'm very happy with it. Other than 3 other things, and Leatherman, if you're listening, if you're watching, please take note on the my suggestions for you. Meaning with the edge on the edging on the saw. Man, this thing is really sharp, and it cuts. I'm not even exaggerating. This thing cuts. It's sharp when before I filed it down. So that's one thing. Maybe Leatherman might have adjusted already, but yeah, if they haven't, I wish they would. I hope Leatherman addressed that issue. That's the one thing I didn't like about it, and offer it in different color like a matte black. You know, size is good. It's good pocket size. You know, so yeah. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you got any questions, comments, and you know, hit that like. You know, it really helps out the channel a lot. Helps me a lot. You know, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You know, and share this info. So yeah, like always, take care and aloha. Till next time.